told her what I did, she gave me champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret.
Bottle pop, truth drop, welcome to the show. Champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you gonna glow.
Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex. Champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you're gonna glow. Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex.
A second and let's talk. Yo, DJ, roll that beautiful champagne footage.
Confidants? What is your profession? What is your profession? Nothing but soldiers and empowerment over here.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
What's going on, Champagne Gang, FizzFam, Confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City? Come on in, welcome in. We have a full show for you today, so we are getting ready to get into it. Do me a favor, make sure you're nice and comfortable. Make sure you have your charger on hand. Say hi to a few people in the chat. Drop some champagne glasses, champagne bottles, something bubbly and cherry. And let's get ready to get into the show. Please do me a favor. Take those champagne glasses, those bottles, whatever you have, and raise them high in the air. It is time for our positivity and affirmations. If you're ready, let's get into it. So for today, our affirmation is entitled Members Only. Turn to your neighbor in the chat. or whoever's sitting next to you and tell them members only. See, this ain't for everybody. This is members only. Access is earned, not assumed. See, I spent years letting people walk through my piece like it was public property, letting unqualified souls sit in VIP seats they never paid the price to occupy. But elevation requires exclusivity. You can't invite everybody to the table when some just came to lick the plate. See, I've learned the difference between company and access. Everybody can't come in the circle just because they were around during the construction. Some folk were only meant to help build a room, not live in it. See, my piece got a password now. Loyalty is the member card. Consistency is the renewal fee. I'm done validating visitors. If your energy don't match the vibe, the door don't open. See, this is members only. The cover charge is honesty. The dress code is respect. The password is reciprocity. No more access to people who drain, diminish, or downplay me. No more all-access passes for half-invested hearts. You can't sip from my cup if you never poured in it. You can't claim my peace if you contributed to my pain. Now I move different, selective, protective, divine, because what I'm building ain't casual, it's covenant. And only the ones who come correct can get in. Now I need you to repeat after me with your whole chest. If you agree with me on tonight, say this is members only. My energy is premium. My circle is small but solid. My access is earned, not given. If you couldn't stand with me when I was down, you won't be sitting with me when I rise. This season ain't open to the public. This is members only. And if you agree with that, do me a favor, take that glass, raise it in the air. Let's toast. All right, let's get it ready to get into it.
Feeling just like a junkie looking for a crush.
Somebody say baddies. So y'all listen. Let me turn this down, y'all, because I might be too loud. Let me know if I'm too loud. I just turned it down and adjusted it a little bit. But y'all listen, so I have a few confidants of mine who said, Empress, champagne, you got some confidants that's our age that like baddies. You got to start covering baddies. So y'all, guess what? Welcome to one of the newest areas of the Champaign City. Baby, this is the area that we call the reality trap. So what we're going to be doing in the reality trap is we're going to be going through all things reality TV, whether it's Zeus TV, whether it's baddies, whether it's whatever it's happened to be, whatever. And at the moment, this is where we're going to cover it at. And today, baby, we going to be getting into this Baddies USA. Y'all listen. First of all, before we go there, let me let y'all know, because there's a reason why I really don't care to cover the baddies. It's the reason why. It's because I feel like they really play on these girls' top. Like, I'm really trying to figure out where any of these girls smart enough to put in their contract like a health benefit plan, you know, like an injury plan. Because the way these girls get black eyes, missing teeth, bruises, edges snatched out, broken fingers, missing limbs, tossed across the room. Baby, you better have like one. Zeus better be giving y'all one hell of a health package, is all I'm saying. Because, woo, but y'all, One of the reasons that I don't cover it is because I feel like there's more to being a baddie than just being able to fight. Like being able to communicate, like being able to really get to the bag. I really stopped watching Baddies, I want to say after Baddies, was it Jamaica? Because I was like, oh, okay, these girls ain't ever gonna get to the bag. Lord, they just grown, old, spicy, seasoned versions of the Bad Girls Club that's still trying to live in Never Land and ain't trying to grow up. So I was like, Lord, I can't keep watching these old folk beat up on each other, not learning how to grow up. So I stopped. Came to Milwaukee. My daughter was watching Baddies Africa. And I'm like, okay, all right, let's see. I got a little hope. Hopefully they will get into it. And hopefully they will, let us see some of the motherland. Show us some of Africa. Y'all, we ain't seen no Africa, barely any Africans, baby. The only Africans that we really saw was the dancers that came to entertain them. And who was it? Choco and Elsie, who seemed to be the star of today's episode of the Baddies. But I haven't been able to do a real full watch of it today, but y'all, it seemed like Elsie had smoke for everybody. Y'all, she came to fight everybody. But the way Rolly treated her like a ping pong ball and bounced her like a whack-a-mole all across that ring, y'all. This is what I'm saying, y'all. I hope these girls got one hell of a healthcare plan. Maybe this is why they able to get lipo 360s and BBLs and all of this after the show, teeth fixed and all of this. Maybe that's a part of the contract, that once you are in a season of the Baddies, if you've had more than 2 to 3 rumbles, you are entitled to a BBL. Y'all think that's what it is? It's gotta be. But y'all listen, I gotta be real honest with you. And we're gonna go into it and get do a whole video separate for this reunion episode of the Baddies. I don't know. Here's my problem. I expected Rolly, because I started seeing her in this season step up and be more of the mature one. And I was expecting her to kind of keep on that mature role. See, that's my problem with Natalie Nunn. That's my biggest problem, because you want to remain untouchable. Hold on, y'all, because I forgot to add a picture in here. Let me get this picture up on the screen. Because this is what I need y'all to understand. The lock ain't easy, but this is what I want y'all to understand. When y'all see this picture right now, if I drop this picture at any point while I'm doing the show, Niecy, y'all know what it means. It mean get her by the lock when you come in. If at any time during the show y'all see me drop this picture, I don't have to put no words on it. Y'all know exactly what it means when I drop this picture. Because here's my problem with Natalie. And a lot of people like to try to compare her with Jocelyn. But here's the difference between Natalie and Jocelyn. Jocelyn's girls would never. Now they have individuals that come close. They'll come close enough to tell Jocelyn, really stop playing with me. But nobody's gonna try to size her up like I'm trying to take your position. No, it's more like, Jocelyn, I'm not a kid. Stop trying to little girl me. Nobody has respect for Natalie Nunn. Everybody that Natalie Nunn says is fired from the show, is never gonna return. I don't want them on my set. This is my stuff. It's like they allow Natalie to talk, But they know Natalie really don't hold true power. She thinks she do. But behind the scenes, it's like they know who's really calling the shots when it comes to the baddies. And it's not Natalie. Emphasis on the lie at the end, ECB. So when y'all see this, I ain't even got to say nothing. Y'all just know. Get it. She used the security to fight because she can't fight. Natalie talk a lot. Natalie is like a I can't even call her a chocolate dip white girl. Natalie is like that. Okay, so y'all know what is it called? The vanilla Oreo? Yeah, so it's supposed to be an Oreo, but it's not chocolate because it's yellow. See, that would describe Natalie Nunn. She tried to act what she feel like the people think hood would be, instead of just stepping back and being a CEO and calling the shots. Stepping back and being on Janisha level and just collecting checks and looking pretty. Setting up the scenes from the background. But no, she wants to be on the show with the baddies. So since you want to be on the show with the baddies, then I don't see a problem of you catching a fade or two, a hair snatch or two, a pull or two, the way you orchestrating these battles at the OK Corral with all these young ladies, but then you sitting back and being all cute and pretty in the background and laughing after these girls done got their wigs pulled out. Why do you feel like you can't be touched, Miss Natalie? Come on, y'all, please. Get it together. Right, Niecy. Right. Hold on, I gotta do it from here. Let me switch up. At this point, she an old baddie hoe, just a modern day brothel with the anthem, let them hoes fight. And let her make money from it. That's all it is. Cause Zeus the one benefiting. These girls getting falser and falser by the day. Every time you turn around, everybody coming out with some new breasts, a new ass, a new flat stomach. Come on, y'all. But let's get into it. Because we got some more stuff to get into tonight. So let me tell y'all. My favorite baddie of the baddies, number one is going to be Tasiki. Let me tell y'all why I like Tasiki. Because even though Tasiki knows she a hitter, she knows she can fight, Tasiki knows she ain't got nothing to prove because she knows who she is. She is the equivalent of when I keep telling y'all, when you know who you are, you ain't got to prove it to everybody. Why do I need to do to you what I can do to you to prove to you what I can do to you when I already know what I can do to you? Do it make sense when you say it out loud? And I know the people call her boring. I get it. But the reason why y'all think she's boring is the reason why she sits back and allows other people that she knows she can hurt to be protected. Because she knows what she brings to the table and what she can do to them. So why am I going to get into a fight with you when I know you're not going to win? It ain't even about going up against a big dog when you know sometimes you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Sometimes you got to know when to walk away and know when to run. Baby, you got to count your money and walk away when that's not your level. Instead of just trying to seem bad all the time. And now y'all walking around knotted up. For what? For what? How much y'all making on it? Because they making all the money at the top. It's like a giant Ponzi scheme. The girls at the bottom, the new ones, you know, the ones that's got to do the most to make it seem like they the ones. You know, they the ones that's really leaving hurt and all of that. Because, you know, they at the bottom. But they not even making as much. They putting in all the work. Get it? These my favorite baddies. It's gonna be Siki. Ivory grew on me this season. And her glow up, y'all, is lit. I don't care what y'all say. Argue with me. Her glow up is so lit. I don't know who her stylist is, who does her hair, who does her makeup, but Ivory is absolutely gorgeous when she gets dolled up. Now, when y'all pull that foo-foo out of it, and she goes from Ivory to Ivan, when that hair come off, I'd be like, let that girl stay pretty. Scotland always gonna be number one. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. It's something about Scotland that I just want her to win. I want her to, but y'all, we gonna get into it because it looks like her and the Limu are not hiding anymore. They are out in public. They said y'all done talk so much. Y'all done brought them out into the public and said they not keeping it under wraps no more. It is what it is. So we child. But y'all listen, and then my final favorite baddie is definitely gonna be Tommy Lee. I don't care what y'all say. Argue with yourself. Don't argue with me. Celebrity guest number one on my list is Tommy. She crazy. Y'all keep underestimating my girl. I don't know why y'all keep. We gonna get into it. But these are my top baddies. Drop in the comments and let me know who are your top faves when it comes to the Baddies franchise. Not Bad Girls Club, but Baddies since it's been back on. Who are your favorites? Drop it in the chat for me. So, hey, y'all like my reality chat? Reality trap thumbnail. Y'all see this animation going on here. But next we have, let me see. So on Sundays, y'all know Zeus got their top shows. You got Jocelyn's Cabaret. Let me tell y'all why I kind of favor Jocelyn's Cabaret to the baddies. The baddies seem to me like they want to be so much more like a upgraded version of Now That's TV. All they do is fight. If it would have been something where you see these girls get to a bag, some bag, a bag that they pick up off the street, a bag that they get out the garbage, a bag that they find in the alley, a bag that they find sitting by a car in the parking lot on the way to do a gig. If we would see these girls get to some form of a bag, I would be like, you know what? They young. They still learning. They really don't have any mentors. Nobody's really out there coaching them and guiding them. I could understand it, but all they do is fight. That's it. The bag is fighting. Oh, it's so doggone stressful. But we have these top shows. Hold on. Where did you go? Get you back up. So these are the top shows. Now, I don't know. Have y'all gotten into Love Cabin? Now, I checked out Love Cabin because I wanted to see if it was going to be something different. You know Ray J is going to bring his own brand of foolishness. And in my heart of heart, somehow, I felt like this was going to be like, I don't want to say wholesome because I don't think Zeus has ever really produced anything wholesome. They had some pretty good shows, don't get me wrong. But I had high hopes for this show. After seeing like Love Island, Temptation Island, I'm like, okay, Zeus is trying to tap into the, dating genre. So then I watched episode 1. Y'all, let me get this up here. So Ray J is hosting the show. Yanti Tia is the background commentator. I wish they would just let her kind of go instead. She kind of sounds scripted in the background instead of just letting her flow like she do, on the show or whatever. But For the first little competitions, one of the biggest things that Ray J had them do is he decided to be the matchmaker, not of all people, to try to pair someone up with who they think their match is. Ray J done paired these folk together. Now, once he pairs them together, he tells them the first challenge is a makeout challenge. Now, these people don't know each other from Adam. They've just been introduced to each other coming in the house. And the first thing you gonna have them do is lock lips and tongue each other down. See, now I understand why. The HIV, herpes, what else is it? HIV, what was the ringworm, simplex, is running around rampant all over the United States and probably other cultures because y'all so happy go horny that y'all so willing to just to be on TV, stick your tongue down a stranger's throat. You don't know where that throat been before you got there. You don't know where that throat touched when it got there. Before it laid with you, you don't know if that throat done touched another throat that was like its throat. You don't know where it's been, and y'all just locking lips because Ray J ragged ass told y'all to. Are we cool? What is really going? Y'all better be more selective. Because I don't want to be here no more. Bet not nobody on this show come off this show talking about after they finished filming, they realized they was getting bumps in the corner of their lip and in the back of their coochie and in the round of they tail feather. Because y'all want to get on this show and just be loose. Oh, y'all. But they do have some challenge that they do in here. So we gonna continue. Y'all, look, I'm thinking about doing watch parties for, our reality trap shows, like whatever we're gonna be talking about. I think I want to do a watch party like before in our Discord so that we can come on and start talking about them live. So drop in the chat. Let me know how y'all feel about that, doing the watch parties. I'm kind of enjoying our watch parties. Now, if y'all are not logged into the Discord, y'all missing some stuff. Stories are dropped over there. We have movie watch parties. We've been doing person of interest watch parties over there. Season 1. We tried to get into True Blood, but y'all, it's so much nudity and actual activity in there. I said, y'all, we gonna have to back off and find out what Discord guidelines are. But if you are replay gang, please drop in the chat and let me know if y'all want to do some watch parties in the Discord and then come live and talk about it, because everybody might not have a Zeus account. I mean, let's be real. Everybody might not be signing up to watch this debauchery, but they'll watch it if somebody else play it. So if you want to be a part of the conversation and figure out what everybody is talking about, drop in the comments and let me know. But yeah, this is one of the first challenges. And what makes it so bad, y'all, not only does he pair them up and have them kiss, but a few of the couples he decided he paired with the wrong individual. So what he did was he took them and swapped them out for somebody else. So then they had to make out with another person. So now you sticking your tongue down the throat of somebody who just stuck their tongue down the throat of somebody else and slobbed them down like they was trying to touch the back of their tonsils and tickle the bottom of their esophagus. So y'all just swipe and spit in this post-pandemic era. But love cabin, y'all. Let me know if y'all tuning in. But y'all listen. So now, Zeus came out and they showed their official cast release, right? So here's my thing. Now this is my take. Drop in the comments and let me know what y'all take on it is. I would like to see Rolly step out of it and really step into that CEO position that Natalie should really be operating in. Kind of like she did in Baddies Africa. Because you did not see Rolly doing a whole lot of... You kind of seen her orchestrate, kind of like, you know, tell the girls like, hey, if y'all got drama, get it out. Get y'all ones. Which is so ignorant to me because everything shouldn't have to be handled with fighting. That's what I don't understand. Like, I really think if Natalie really wanted to make money off this franchise, she would really rebrand it. Instead of being Baddies, she would have it as like Baddies Fight Club or Baddies Fight USA or Baddies Fight something, and really have it as almost like a Big Brother's house where the camera is running nonstop, where it's filming nonstop, like Big Brother's house. And when there are issues, then you take the issues to the ring, like you arrange a boxing match or whatever kind of match you're gonna arrange. You know what I'm saying? If she really wanted to make some real money off the Baddies franchise, and then really pay the girls for their matches. Figure out a way to really tap into that fighting market. Because as Baddies, you thinking of pretty girls. That's why you're getting pretty girls and you're getting Fight Club. However, if you switch it and separate the two and you have Baddies, you got one show where you're showing Baddies leveling up, them getting to the bag. Then you got the other show for the Baddies who want to be in the rowdy bunch or Fight Club. Baddies, how y'all get it? You get it?
Feeling just like a junkie looking for
Like really branch out. Y'all ain't gonna stop watching. The girl gonna keep making money on it. So we can like it, hate it, talk about it, whatever we want to do. She ain't gonna stop making money on it. So we might as well try to figure out how to make it worth something. You make it worth something by branding it the way it needs to be branded. You put girls on this show because they like to fight, so turn it into a fight show. An upscale fight show. And you follow them around all day. What y'all think about that? So you got Scotty, you got Tommy Lee. Krishan Rock. Why are they bringing Krishan back? Only reason I can see them bringing Krishan back is right now Krishan need action. Not only does Krishan need action, but I feel like they could potentially be bringing Krishan back because Blueface is getting ready to get out of jail. And they feel like the Krishan and Blueface thing is going to be a whole storyline that they don't want to miss out on. Anna Mac, I can see them bringing Anna back because she's hilarious. Diamond, I don't care how many times Natalie tries to fire Diamond. Diamond is hilarious. I really feel like, in all honesty, I don't know why Diamond is coming back. I think Diamond needs to focus on her music. Her music is good. Whether you like the genre or not, you have to admit when music is good, the girl has a skill. She has a talent. Sukiana, y'all, Suki is just Suki. Hey, what you want me to say? I don't know. Suki gonna be Suki. One thing I can say about Suki on the show, until toward the end. But when she first came on the show, she wasn't really for that bullying, jumping stuff. And then all of a sudden, she became bullying, jumping. It was like, I keep telling y'all, this stuff is like the Coliseum. These people look for the moment that the crowd gets excited. And whatever the crowd gets excited for, that's what they feed into. Then you got Biggie. See, I used to be a Biggie fan, but Biggie started tripping. Biggie became the very thing that Biggie said she didn't like done to her. She became a bully, but she was a bully that didn't like to fight and couldn't fight. So I don't know. Biggie gonna be able to redeem herself for me. You already know how I feel about Siki. Mariah Lynn, see, I feel two kinds of ways about Mariah because, see, you know, I knew Mariah from Love and Hip Hop days. What's going on, Demetrius? Welcome in. So I'm not quite sure. She is good for TV when it comes to the baddies. I gotta say that. Sapphire, we saw her fall out with Suki. We also saw her redeem herself a little bit. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling her coming back because I think she really should have been in Africa. To be honest with you, Sapphire to me is one of the prettier girls on the baddies. She's also another girl that I feel like if she really steps away from the Baddies franchise and focuses on something more, trying to rebrand herself, she can really do it because she's beautiful. Lex is a bully. That's the only thing I don't like about Lex. Lex can fight, but you don't showcase your ability to fight by fighting people who can't fight on your level. And I get it. Everybody comes on baddies. If you can't fight, you shouldn't talk crap. But see, it's one of the reasons why I like Tasiki, but don't too much care for Lex. Because talking is talking. I don't need to prove that I can whoop you because you run your mouth. It don't make me a punk that I don't swing on you because you running your mouth. I don't need to do that when I know who I am. I think if Lex would start moving more like that, maybe she would be more likable. Dolly, I just don't like her. Dolly, I don't. And she's a beautiful girl. She's gorgeous. I just don't understand why the girls feel like baddie mean bitch. I don't understand where that ideology and that thought process comes from. I would love for somebody to come out with a baddies type show that really shows the girls what a baddie really looks like. How to level up. How to start from the bottom and really build up and get something and run off with it and really make something of yourself. That's what I really want to see. But people into Fight Club. So Summer works my nerves. Y'all, she like that little fly when you outside and that little fly just keep nagging at you no matter how much you swat at it and swing at it. It won't leave you alone. That's what Summer makes me think of. She like that little gnat that keep flying in everything that you sit out. You sit out some juice. Here come the gnat. You sit out some food. Here come the gnat. The gnat ain't got nothing to say, really. It ain't got nothing to do, really. It's just annoying and agitating. Summer is agitating to me. And if she didn't have Dolly and she didn't have Lex, I wonder would she be that agitating. Tinkerbella, I feel like Tinker is just going to be up Natalie's butt. Allegedly, you know, she is supposed to be carrying one of the plumber seeds. So we'll see. Fauna, Tavi, Cold Killer, you know, the new girls, Big Gretch, you know, of course it's gonna be a big thing. They gonna run the nigga thing into the ground. Here's my thing. Half of y'all girls date dudes that ain't even a quote unquote nigga, and y'all let them say the word. Y'all have such selective outrage with everything. This one can say it, but this one can't. This one can do it, but this one can't. Only because I like you, you can say it, and if I don't like you, then you can't. This one rocks with me, so because you rock with me, you good, and if you don't rock, y'all please, at some point, I don't know. Y'all drop in the comments to let me know what y'all think. I'm over it. I'm tired of hearing about the word. Tired of it. Tired of it. Because y'all let people say it when it fits y'all narrative. I don't want to see any old storylines. Like, that's old. It's tired. It's dragged out. Y'all want to see people fighting over the same thing for 6, 7 seasons? Hell, these people gonna be in their 30s, headed to their 40s. They still gonna be fighting over the same old stuff. She threw juice in my face in 2012. They gonna be in canes still. See, that's how that Who Shot John narrative starts. But y'all listen. Drop in the comments and let me know what y'all when they came out with this cast. And not only did they come out with the cast, they even decided that they were going to add the OGs from Bad Girls Club with the cast. I said, somebody must have come out and told Zeus Network and the Limu himself, if you don't come up with one hell of an ensemble for Baddies USA, you finna lose all your funding. You finna lose all your funding. You finna lose all your money. And we finna tell who your real pimp is. They came out with this cast like it was their last hope. They came out like this is going to be the last season if they didn't come in and go out with a bang. Because y'all know everybody's going to be watching because they brought the old school out. Camila, if you remember Camila from Bad Girls Club, Camila was a fighter on Bad Girls Club. But when she came on Baddies, see, y'all know she had just had a baby. But she really wasn't trying to get into it. You know what I really would want for what they call the OGs? I would love for the OGs to really come in and show them how to stand on business without fighting. That it really don't take all that. Instead of coming in trying to be one of them. You know, kind of the thought process of when I was a child, I acted as a child, but when I became, a man, I put away childish things. Like, somebody got to be the bigger person in this equation. Y'all want everybody to be the hitters and the fighters. Y'all don't want nobody to stand up and be the bigger person in the situation. Come on, y'all. Somebody got to be the grown-up here. Who do y'all think it's going to be this season? If y'all had to pick the ones who are going to step up to the plate and say, you know what, we going to be the leaders of the house. You remember how they used to be back in the day? Everybody wanted to be the leader of the house. Who do you think is going to step up and be the leader of the house when they come out with Baddies USA? Do you think they'll have... Y'all know what? For this to be Baddies USA, I really would have liked to see them do challenges. I mean, like challenges like the challenge. Like challenges like, you know how Big Brother used to do on Big Brothers, where they would go in the backyard and have to stand up against a thing while water is spraying on them, and the thing that they're standing against has to tilt and see who lasts on there the longest, and that's how they get the money. I would have loved for Baddies USA to have had some competitions. You remember, I don't know if y'all got into the challenge, but if you remember the show The Challenge, when they did a season called, I think it was the Challenge Rivals or the Challenge Rivalry, and they paired them up with their rivals, like the people they didn't like, and they had to work together. I would have loved to see that for Baddies USA. Come on, Natalie, Zeus, Limu. Y'all gotta think bigger and out the box. You gotta figure out how to take this name and make it a empire. Natalie, you wanna be a mogul? Figure out how to do it by offering more than just fighting. Because at some point, people gonna get tired of seeing nothing but fighting. It's gonna get old. Do you know why it's gonna get old? Because your people are gonna get old. They're getting old. Child, y'all supposed to take this opportunity and use it to move forward. Doggone it. If you was gonna get on the show, you should have allowed the show cause you. You should have used the show to allow you to level up. Used it as your launching pad, as your platform to launch you into greater, not to keep you stuck in less. Get it? Goodness gracious. Now, now this is who I really want to see, y'all, and I really want to see what she's gonna do when she comes in. One of my favorite people from BGC was Seven. You know, all seven and we'll watch them fall. That's who I want to see. I want to see if Seven gonna come in on Demon Time or is she gonna come in on her pretty girl. On her pretty girl. I really want her to come in on her pretty girl. I used to love some Judy. She's goofy. She's crazy. But I'm really seeing how Seven's gonna come in. Sarah, you know, Sarah and Natalie have always kind of clashed. You know, hello, Miss Nani. Miss Nani. I don't know. Do y'all think the baddies gonna step back and be like, you know what? We ain't doing that with y'all. Or you think they gonna come in like, nah, we on whatever time y'all on. So now, I was on Instagram, y'all, and they are saying these is who they have listed as the heavy hitters in order. Now, I want you to take a look and let me know if you feel like, in order, these are the heavy hitters. They got Siki and Big Lex is number 1 and 2. Sean is number 3. That Dolly is number 4. Look through the list. Now I want you to drop in the comments and let me know who you think the top hitters or fighters in Zeus would be. Y'all know that my issue with Krishan, the issue with Krishan, even though I did see some of her fights, is every time she fought somebody, she kind of snuck. So it wasn't necessary that she was going up against people heads up. Except the girl, if I'm not mistaken, that when she was on Blues Club, Blues House, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm really upset that y'all got Tommy way down here. Like, are y'all cool? Like, for real? I need y'all to really remember who Tommy is. I know y'all saw that little match where Tommy, quote unquote, allegedly, supposedly got whooped by Natalie Nunn. Come on, y'all. Do better. Do better. Do better. Money talks, BS walks. Y'all should know that. There is no way on heaven, hell, beyond, or anywhere else that Natalie Nunn is whooping a Tommy Lee. Not at all. If y'all believe that Natalie whooped Tommy Lee, then y'all would have had to also believe that Jake Paul boy whooped Mike Tyson. And if that's the case, then I think it's something wrong with y'all. Because ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Y'all know Tommy is a hood girl. Natalie is not. I don't care what y'all doing all that talking. Y'all can tell. Even when Tommy was fighting, quote unquote, Rolly, she wasn't squaring up and the girl had on some stilettos in grass. Please stop playing in my girl's face. Y'all will not keep playing with Tommy Lee. Never. Never. Exactly, Father Lot. Never in a meal. Never in a meal could she ever in her dreams whoop Tommy. Never. Tommy be playing with y'all. Anybody else? I'm really hoping Tommy come in and be more of the house mother. So they be getting Tommy drunk, thinking Natalie can win. Yeah, they be paying Tommy to get drunk. Y'all can't convince me otherwise. Can't convince me otherwise. And every time she a showstopper. Every time the outfits, T, always. Tommy is always well put together. Always. Tommy always look like she's walking off of a photo shoot. Always. Did y'all see her when she stepped on the scene on the reunion today? Couture queen. Yes, progressive. Father Lot. Hey, yep, getting her drunk. Pay for her to take her off her square. No, I don't even think it was to take her off her square. I think they talked dollar to Tommy and Tommy said it made sense. I think that's what that was all about. But they saying these are the heavy hitters. Drop in the comments. From what I've seen, Siki, I'll put up there. Lex, I'll put up there. Krishan, I'll put up there. Rolly is just big. 7, I want to put 7 in my top row, but I don't know. Fauna handled Dolly. There's no way Fauna should be dropped lower than Dolly, because she had baby girl folded up. And I was really glad. Y'all know I'm like a non-violence type chick. But all that talking and stuff, like, sometimes you get irritated and tired with it. Especially when you know, this show got them gassed up and geeked up. Just a bunch of practice looking hard ass people on the show. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. That was not very demure. It was not very cutesy. I digress. But I think she should be a much higher. Camila, I don't know. Like I said, Camila had just had a baby. But I don't know. Mariah can tap a little bit, depending on who she hitting with, but she can tap a little bit. Now, so y'all listen. I ran across this, and you know, a lot of people were talking about they wanted Tanisha to come back. Now, here's the thing. I will, especially with the cast that they brought together, I think it's only fair that if you bring back BGC girls, that you bring back Tanisha. Like, it's only fair. But problem is, so they saying Tanisha came out and said, you know, she won't top dollar, baby. She won't 6 figures an episode. So Lemmy comes out and says, demanding a producer credit while simultaneously requesting 6 figures per day to merely participate is nothing short of absurd and egregiously comical. Y'all, he worse than Tip with the big words. Please, by all means, feel free to make the proposed number from Zeus Public and invite an open discussion on whether it was in fact lowball. The delusion is impressive. Some of these folks truly belong in a comedy series of their own. It was simply trying to present an opportunity for the fans. Either way, it's all love. A lot of these OG reality women be thinking they Nene Leakes. No, 6 figures a day is crazy work. My bad. She wanted 6 figures a day. Not for the season, for a day. I be telling y'all, see, somehow a lot of these girls think that social media and reality TV puts you on the same level as movie actors. And to be honest, it just about does in today's day and age, because people are watching YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and social media more than they are actually watching TV and going to the movies and getting out the house. But tell me what y'all think. So, to let y'all know, we are going to be going forward covering the baddies. Again, we are going to be covering all things reality TV in our area that we have named the Reality Trap. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you'll know whenever we jump into whichever section, and you might just be here for the reality stuff. That's absolutely fine. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll know which reality TV show we'll be covering, which reality TV show we'll be jumping in Discord to do watch parties on, so that we can jump on a live and have a discussion about it together. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me. All right. Now, y'all, without further ado, we're going to transition because we'll be covering the baddies some more. But we're going to transition because I do need to get into these stories for tonight. So we are going to transition from Reality Trap, and we're getting ready to transition to the Hennessy Zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, confidants, welcome to the Hennessy Zone. Straight talk, no chaser. This place was created for those topics that require, well, a little something stronger than just champagne. Over here, we think and drink responsibly. Now, let me give you a disclaimer. Everything discussed in the Hennessy Zone, all of the commentary is based on my opinion, and is done so in accordance with the Fair Use Act, which allows for these discussions for the purpose of entertainment and teaching, because there's wisdom to be gained from everything, whether it's good or bad. Now, we don't attempt to solve cases over here, but we do discuss them. And I love to hear your opinions about each of the cases we discuss. So please do me a favor and drop in the comments and let me know what you think about today's case.
Okay, real quick, if you're not black, keep scrolling. I'll give y'all a few seconds to follow directions. They going? Okay. Listen. I just heard that it's 1,000 people stuck on Mount Everest right now. 1,000 people. Do y'all know how many people 1,000 is? So let's play a game. Just us. All right, everybody else is gone. Out of 1,000 people, how many of those people are one of us? Huh? How many people you think are black? And the answer is not 0. You can't say 0. And you can't even say 1. Out of 1,000 people, my guess, 7. Yeah, I think I was leaning 9 at the beginning, but now I feel like it's 7. I feel like it's, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Final answer.
Now, y'all, what the hell would possess these people? Ain't there enough ways to potentially check out of here on a day-to-day basis than to tempt fate with a mountain?
Hey guys, I don't know how I ended up on Mount Everest TikTok. Okay, I have no idea how I ended up in that part of the world. But I would just like for all white folks to please step forward. Just step forward, all white people. I just want to know what would make you want to climb Mount Everest. I want to know what would make you want to climb Mount Everest. There are 1,000 people that are stuck on Mount Everest right now. It's snowing, it's blazing, it's crazy. I mean, it's the damn mountain that has so many dead bodies. You guys keep climbing over these dead bodies and use some of them as landmarks to get to. Like I don't get it. I just want somebody to make it make sense. Now 1,000 people are out there busy asking for help and asking for rescuers to come and really. Whose partner's gonna come and rescue and oh my God, and risk their lives? I mean, this is the same mountain that PR of the mountain, the guys that do the PR for Mount Everest have told us that this is not an easy thing for you guys to be doing. Not only that, people are paying like $30,000, $100,000 to, I mean, this is rich people kind of problem. I'm sorry, like this is rich people problem. And you know, I guess this is why some families just don't get the loved ones to come back, because it's such a huge risk. 1,000 people. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't want to say in more of these videos because they can't breathe. They've got frostbite on their face. They're losing their limbs. Somebody else was just left there dying. I find another sport. Like, why you guys gotta be extra? If you're not freaking swimming with the sharks or going into submarines, you are out here. Get black friends. Get black friends.
We've got some breaking news to get to. Rescue efforts are now underway to get nearly 1,000 people that are trapped by a blizzard on Mount Everest. First question is, why would there be allowed to have 1,000 people on the mountain right now? But crews and those from the area are working together to remove snow.
Now press pause. I need you to read this, so I have paused it for you. $60,000 to go up there 1,000 times. That is $60 million worth of money stuck on the mountain. Y'all know it's somebody up there. Somebody was at home trying to figure out how to charter a helicopter. Y'all know it was somebody trying to figure out how to charter a fleet of helicopters to rescue all of those people. Matter of fact, they was on the phone with helicopter chartering companies trying to figure out how to cut them in on the rescue so they could have collected that money. I don't understand. We either playing at the top of the mountain or the bottom of the ocean. I don't understand why we not cool with being right here. Y'all, I'm a swimmer. I love to swim. I don't care what they say. I got locks. I'm a black girl and I love swimming like a fish. Don't get me near no water and expect me not to get in at all. However, I've never been to the ocean or in the ocean. Never. I plan on, for my 50th birthday, which is coming up in September, I want to take a cruise for my birthday. It's going to be my first ever time being on the water. You're not going to be able to pay me to get off the boat into the water, and I know how to swim. Do you know why? Because it's animals in there. I would love, if y'all have been with me for a matter of time, then y'all know I did a segment called My Secret Obsession. And in My Secret Obsession, one of my favorite things that I did was sharks, because I love sharks. I love watching the videos of the people who are brave enough to get in the water and swim with sharks. However, I do understand that is their territory. That is their home. I don't understand a shark attack when it is their home. I invaded their space. So I feel like anything that happens to me when I'm in their space almost had it coming, because why am I in the water? God didn't give me gills or fins, so why am I playing in territory that has nothing to do with me? They have an ecosystem that works for them. That's why they can't survive on land. Land was not made for them. We have to put on a whole suit to go play with them because it was not made for us. Even though I love the water. But ain't no way. If y'all not playing in the mountain, now you want to play in the water. Folk done got trapped on the mountain now. The ship done imploded in the ocean with the Atari remote controller. And y'all still want to play with nature. I just don't. I don't understand why y'all still want to. Y'all so in a rush to be everywhere but Earth. Y'all willing to go to the highest heights, the deepest depths. If somebody right now told these millionaires that they was chartering a spaceship to Mars for $500,000 per person, y'all know they buying tickets. Y'all know they buying tickets. They gonna lead these people on a charter straight to hell if they not careful, because they just so in a rush to be somewhere. You don't care if it puts your life on the line, their life on the line, nobody life, long as you able to go have fun.
That's blocking the area where those are people are stuck. This is taking.
But just look at this. Look at this here. Look at this. Look at this. Why? I hope they'll be okay though. But why?
Bro, I'm on Everest. The blizzard just came out of nowhere. I can't see anything. It's freezing and we're stuck up here, man. If anyone sees this, please send help. The camp's gone. I don't even know.
Why?
Bro, I'm on Everest. The blizzard just came out of nowhere. I can't see anything. It's freezing and we're stuck up here.
Yeah, because it ain't no way. I'm sitting here watching this man on Mount Everest, and I'm sitting here like, bruh, you acting like my ex-husband. It's giving me real narcissistic vibes. Because you gaslighting me right now. You cannot convince me that you did not know the tallest, coldest, darkest mountain that creates its own weather, by the way. This is why people be dead as fried chicken. You can't believe me. I mean, you can't pay me to believe that you didn't know that this was a strong possibility. And then you had the audacity to say the blizzard came out of nowhere. You in the home of the blizzard. The blizzard looking at you like you came out of nowhere. Where this man came from? You the one that's out of pocket. The blizzard lives there. It's like me going in the ocean saying, where's all this water coming from? Bruh, you are on Mount Everest.
Probably not going to be very popular, but I don't give a fuck. I'm not on this app to be popular. I'm on this app to spit out facts, and that's what I do because my name is Todd is Talking, okay? So let's talk about Mount Everest and the people that are trapped on Mount Everest because of the avalanche and the huge snowstorm that hit them. I feel bad for them. They're all making videos. They're trapped up there. They're making videos. Pull it up. But this is the thing. You did this to yourself. You paid $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to go climb, I think, a 21,000 foot mountain, a rock with snow and glaciers on it, where every single step that you go higher, the oxygen.
See, the problem is these people got so much money, they don't know what to do with it. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. Some of us can help them figure out what to do with some of this money. Baby, if I had the amount of money that two of those individuals paid to go to the top of that mountain, the things that I could do. Coaching business built. Champagne City and Channel really built. Especially that fizz section that I was telling y'all about, to give y'all the training on because we finna start opening some businesses, because these jobs and CEOs and managers and supervisors is on grade A male bovine feces, said what I said, won't take it back. So we finna start figuring out as the Champaign City how we can start opening up businesses in our area so that we can have income coming in that's making money for us in our sleep. That's what we got to start figuring out. Money on the side. Because I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up and all jobs eventually ain't just shut down. For some odd, weird reason, can't nobody go to work. Everything froze and locked out. We got to figure out something.
And now you're up there screaming about frostbite, screaming that you can't get down. How'd you get up there to begin with? Oh, that's right, you used your legs and your feet and your brain to climb up to that fucking distance that you want to get off now. I feel bad for you. I do feel bad for you. But don't blame the weather, don't blame the mountain, don't blame me, don't blame anybody else. Blame yourself. And I do hope that you finally get home.
Hold the line! Keep moving!
The wind is punishing up here. Visibility just a few meters. You can see climbers holding onto this fixed rope, many barely on their feet. Rescue
Gale force winds and heavy snow are hammering the eastern face of Mount Everest right now. At nearly 5,000 meters, hundreds of climbers and pack yaks are fighting to stay on the route. Rescue teams are setting up emergency camps, pulling exhausted hikers off the trail.
They have over here!
Wow.
Bridge is gone! Keep moving! Follow the rope line!
The yak's down! I can't get the load up!
Visibility 0! Watch your step!
Stop! The line's frozen solid!
This is the deadliest storm this season on the south route of Mount Everest. More than 1,000 climbers are stranded.
Mount Everest's eastern face are gusting near 90 kilometers per hour. Hundreds of hikers and pack animals remain trapped as temperatures plunge well below freezing.
Base camp, this is Rescue 2. Visibility less than
Not
20 meters.
subjected the animals to this foolishness. Because y'all want to go take on nature. So nobody knew a storm was headed this way. No, nobody knew that potentially you could run into a hurricane blizzard on the mountain and lose visibility, lose sight, lose touch, lose hearing, lose feeling, possibly life along with it. So nobody knew the potentiality, should I say, of there being a full-blown blizzard that could bury you under snow at the top of the mountain. And you sold tickets anyway.
Hold the line. Stay together.
I can't see anything!
Keep breathing. You're okay. Stay with me.
Radio check. Base camp. Do you copy? Conditions are worsening.
Stretcher coming through. Make a path.
Penn's going. Grab the lines. Everyone.
Over here. We need a medic. Hold on. Stay low. Check.
And what the fuck do you mean 1,000 hikers are stuck on fucking Mount Everest? Mount Optional Everest? Like the mountain that you actually don't have to climb, Mount Everest? Like the mountain whose PR team has made it very clear that if you climb this fucking mountain, you are going to die, Mount Everest? A mountain that is flooded with dead bodies that cannot be retrieved, Mount Everest? I am genuinely confused on why anybody, let alone 1,000 people, would choose to go fucking climb Mount Everest. Is the view that goddamn good at the top? It's the fact that climbing that mountain is not free. Climbing that mountain is not free. It costs thousands of fucking dollars. Thousands of American dog hairs, and y'all are paying to go be unalived. To see some fucking snow that you can see in Connecticut. Like, how do you even find 1,000 hikers to go on a hike to fucking Mount Everest? Is there a goddamn group chat? If there is a group chat, I would like to see the conversations that led up to them deciding that they were going to go on a fucking hike up fucking Mount Everest. Like, who initiated that conversation?
So y'all, I'm agreeing with him. Who came up with that? Because we was taught since school, don't play with the mountains. Everest, Himalaya, none of them. I don't want to climb none of the mountains. I want to see Niagara Falls, but something in me feels like the day I decide to go, something gonna happen and I'm gonna end over in the fall. I don't play with nature. We don't play like that. Now, Before we continue, I do want to shoot this out here because my daughter actually showed this to me on TikTok, and I want y'all to check this out because there's now a trend. It's kind of like the trend that we saw kind of going around social media probably a few months ago when people were putting on social media, what was it? Such and such has left the chat. Y'all remember seeing that a while ago? And I think a guy ended up actually having unalived himself after he made a post and said such and such has left the chat. And I believe it was a young lady who did it as well. Well, there's another trend that's kind of traveling around TikTok right now, and it's called the final date trend. And what the young people are doing are posting their future date of what's going to be their final date. Like they're making a choice to say, my last date being here is going to be, let's say, 12/31/2025. And they're posting it and making a video out of it. And I don't know what was that movie the kids were obsessed with that was talking about self-deletion? And it had so much controversy because they were saying the issue with the movie, or was it a movie or a TV series? Was it 13 Reasons Why? I've never seen it. But now I'm feeling like I need to go back and watch it. But was it 13 Reasons Why? And they pulled it, and it was such a controversy because they said it wasn't giving the kids another option. It was almost like glorifying self-deletion. And I feel like somehow we have not slipped out of that era where we have a generation of people who are saying, you know what, I'm sick of it here. I don't want to fight. I don't want to try to fight. I don't want to try to live. I don't want to try to die. I just don't no longer want to be here. I don't want to face your problems. I don't want to face my problems. Matter of fact, I don't even want to face myself no more. So I want you to check this out, but I also want you to be paying attention to your young people to see if they are exhibiting signs that maybe we're just not paying enough attention to.
Heaven couldn't wait for you.
I guess wanting to off yourself is a trend now on this app. It is honestly shocking how y'all people with the most utmost so-called perfect lives are somehow depressed for a trend. It's not a fucking trend. People like me who have had over 50 failed suicide attempts, police outside my house trying to calm me the fuck down. This is very offensive because you don't see me coming on this motherfucking app about, I finally picked the date, this and that, 2095. Bitch, you was just weird as fuck and you're lame as fuck. Go make real content, loser ass bitch. TikTok need to start banning y'all motherfucking people for making these type of fucking posts. Every once in a while I might post something crazy on Instagram or something like that, but I don't post it on fucking TikTok. I sit there and express my feelings because, bitch, I don't have any friends. I don't have nobody to talk to. Y'all ain't no motherfucking victims. That's y'all problem. Y'all just need to be humble.
Y'all, I gotta give him something, and he's absolutely right. So many times people just jump on these trends. They really don't believe in it. They really ain't following it. They just know. It's almost like when you go on TikTok, you'll have individuals who will say, if you want to go viral, I don't care what you're posting, what video you're posting, because now you can share pictures and not just videos. Put this sound behind it and you'll go viral. Now people are just, well, not just now, but people are so used to just jumping on trends that they don't realize how it may affect the individuals who is actually going through what you're talking about. So you want to unalive yourself, but you're going to make a post to let the world know the date that you're going to unalive yourself so that everybody can run to your rescue and stay by your side and make sure you're not isolated and by yourself, so that by the day that the time that day and that time comes, You're not going to be by yourself anyway, because you're going to be surrounded by people who already knew you put it out there. Meanwhile, you have individuals like this who don't have anyone that they can fall back on. They don't have family. As he said, they don't have friends. And they sitting back looking at some of y'all playing. Because you're really not struggling with depression. You're really not struggling with the thought or the fight of getting up every day trying to figure out if you fit in this world, or if you belong, or if you want to be here. You're just doing it because of a trend. And if that's the case, it's absolutely sick. And I absolutely agree with everything that he's saying.
I don't know if y'all seen this new trend, but these kids on TikTok posting their final dates. And it's a trend. It's a trend. So you might want to check your kids' TikTok, check their phones. They on some weird shit. These kids is posting this shit called "It's My Final Date." And that's the date. I don't know if what the fuck they supposed to be their final date. Like they saying they finna take themselves to the upper room. Is basically what they saying. You know, the little doves and being put on a t-shirt. That's basically what they saying. Now, I don't know what kind of mental weird shit 2025 is bringing these new millenniums. These little weak-minded babies.
Y'all not
I don't
millenniums.
know. But the struggle is real. Hit the little hashtag. Go see what the hell I'm talking about. Make sure your kid ain't
That's
on
our
this.
new saying from now on. Somebody drop hashtag millennium in the chat. Y'all know we love creating words over here and using them in any which way we see fit. Please put somebody hashtag millennium in the chat. Thank you very much.
Weird ass wave. But the trends that TikTok is starting, that shit's weird to me. And a lot of them are little black kids. It's a lot of little black kids. Teens. Not preteen, what do you call them? When you hit like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Like between 18 to 23-year-olds. It seems like it's them. Them ones right there.
Yeah, I forgot I had added Mima on them in here. Why can't I hear Mima dancing, y'all? Where is the sound? Y'all gotta hear Mima. Y'all, that's so wrong.
That final date trend, it needs to stop. Like, that's the trend that you don't need to be a part of. Okay? That's the trend that you don't need to be a part of. That trend is speaking death. Okay? Stop it. Now, there are some people who have came into agreement with certain things, which is the reason why certain things is happening in your life. Okay? If you don't understand that life is spiritual, and when you come into agreement with certain things, you have either given the Lord room to do what he said he's going to do, or you have given the enemy legal ground to do what he wants to do. Okay? Now back to this trend. If no one has told you that they love you, I love you. If no one has said that they're proud of you, I'm proud of you. I cannot believe the devil is a liar. Okay? The devil is a liar. A liar. That's death, y'all. That is death. The spirit of death. The spirit of death at work, people. Please do not participate in this trend. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not do it. And if anyone has came into agreement with the spirit of death or the spirit of depression, suicidal thoughts, renounce and repent. Repent and renounce. Repent and renounce. Repent and renounce. Okay? You don't want to be, that's not the type of problems you want to have. Okay? God has so much in store for you. Why would you think that it's up to you to cut your life short? Why would you think that it's up to you to cut your life short? Why would you think that it's up to you to cut your life short? Because if the Lord didn't have purpose for you, you wouldn't be here. Okay? Regardless of if you believe in Jesus Christ or not, you are still God's creation.
I just wanted to encourage somebody with what she said, because sometimes, people need to hear that. One of the things that I liked about this last one right here is she used the whole final date thing to release some stuff. So she dropped in her comments and she was talking about all of the things that she was releasing and letting go of, because it is very true what the young lady before this stated. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And it's so crazy that we spend so much time speaking negativity. Even myself, I gotta talk to me also. We spend so much time speaking negativity. It's not gonna happen, and it don't look right, and what is it gonna be, and what if it go bad, what if it go good, what if it go right, what if you wake up tomorrow to a blessing, what if you wake up in the morning to a blessing, what if your life can change? No matter how old you are, how young you are, what will happen if we start speaking life instead of death? If we start speaking negativity instead of positivity? I know it doesn't look right. I know it doesn't feel right. I know we might not be able to see our way through. I know we know there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but we can't see it through all the fog. I know we understand that after one door shuts, another door opens, but a lot of times we got to pause and deal with the hell in the hallway. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But what if, just what if we say, for the next 7 days, I'm just going to speak life. I'm not going to speak negativity. I'm not going to speak death. I'm going to speak life. What if? What if everything changes from the words from your mouth? What if? I don't know. Drop in the comments and let me know. The next thing I want to get into, now y'all need to check this out. Now, we are going to get into this Leland shooting because we really need to talk about it. But before I talk about that, when I was looking up these stories, live again, believe again, absolutely progressive. Father Locke says, say it. God is greater and can help. I'm just saying, y'all, we got to start speaking life instead of death. I've even found myself having to do it with my channel. Instead of getting frustrated when I see that YouTube algorithm playing, instead of doing that, I just speak life. And I understand if I speak life and pour life, life is going to call unto life, and it's going to draw exactly who's supposed to be here. But it's also going to remove those who are not supposed to be here from here. Everybody doesn't want life. Some people just want chaos. Some people just want the negative. They don't want positive. They don't want you talking to them positively. That's why when you walk up to them and say, hey, beautiful, how you doing? They ready to cuss you out and slice your throat. They don't want negative. They feed and thrive. They don't want positive. They feed and thrive off negativity. It's like they little Freddy Kruegers. The more negative they get, it's like the more amped up they get. Like negativity is to them like spinach was to Popeye. It's like they superpower. They feed off of it. It makes them stronger. So I want to get into this MS homecoming. Y'all see this background? Oh, I forgot to give y'all a formal welcome, baby. Welcome to the newest area in the Hennessy zone. This is the area that I call the Champagne Alley. Well, y'all see all this I done developed for y'all and created. So y'all, I was perusing and I found, I ran across it and I saved it to go back to it. See y'all, a lot of these stories I be having like when they first drop. But because I'm trying to cover something else, it's so much going on at the same time that I almost forget to go back to some stuff. But I need y'all to check out this helicopter crash. I need y'all to see this. Now, I want somebody to tell me what made this plane lose control.
Oh my God.
Can one of y'all explain that to me, please?
Oh my
God. How? Hold on. Let me move this text out the way for y'all. Did they hit an invisible wall? So, y'all see what I see? Coming in perfectly fine. It does look a little sideways to me coming in. I've never been on a helicopter, so I don't know if that's how they land or how they look coming in. Perfectly fine to me.
Holy shit! Oh my God!
Y'all.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Well, it would have been progressive because it was some kind of show, and I forgot to pull up the information to attach with it of where the helicopter was going, but it was actually a show it was landing for. This was planned. It was part of a show that I believe was going to be televised. That's why there were so many people there. So just right before you get to the ground, you spin out like you hit an invisible wall, an invisible force field. Y'all remember when I asked y'all before Is it in any way possible that they have some kind of electromagnetic EMP pulse that they have that's going on in the sky? See, I play Call of Duty Mobile, right? If any of y'all play, please, drop your gamer tags. I'm thinking about adding a gamer section to the Champagne City. Like, I'm not a big player. I don't play for real, but I play for real. You know what I mean? Just for us to play and kick it for the people that play the games. But there's a thing on there. It's called an EMP. And when I hit it, it's going to blow up anything in the air, anything on the ground, right? Do they have something? Because y'all know this year ain't been too good with planes. Like, planes have not been getting a good rap this year in the world, like since 2025. I don't know if something was released out over the airwaves, if the satellites are sending off a signal. What do y'all think it is? But all of a sudden, planes can't stay in the sky. And now we have a clear picture of a plane just falling out the sky. You couldn't wait 5 more minutes. Here's I want to play now. I don't believe there was fatality, but I didn't really look the article. I don't know if you can see right here, right under where my C is, there's an arm in this window. So right where this tree is through here, there's an arm. So you can see the arm waving back and forth. So someone is still alive in the plane. And if you look in the little space opening, that looks like it's perched on a stake, you can see a shoe or... See, y'all, this why I don't like flying. I barely like flying in a regular plane. But talking about getting me on a small plane or a jet or a helicopter, no and thank you at all. All at the same time. No. See, that's another one of those things. I don't think we was made for the sky. If we were, we would have had wings. I just don't want to be up there and my plane decides to be the one to go down. That's all I'm saying. Here's view 2. Oh wait, let's see. Did they get him a... Here's 2.
Everybody have a flathead screwdriver! A tool! Everybody!
And it didn't explode. But I want y'all to tell me how that happened. And I'm not a pilot or nothing. I'm not professing to be a pilot. Not in the least bit. But somebody please explain to me how that happens, how a plane just spins, and it wasn't just like it lost the engine and put drop. No, it's like it hit a certain area in the sky and completely lost control. It would be the equivalent of you driving your car down the highway and you losing control of your car on some ice and you spinning out. Only difference is a car has the ground. Unless you gonna spin into another car because another car is on the road. If you spin, you on the ground, you still safe. In the air, you're spinning into nothing. That's why I tell people when they talk about doggone planes, if something go wrong in the air, who gonna come get you? I don't know, Jesus. How did it just lose control? But y'all, next, I do want to get into this Leland footage of this shooting. So for those of you who know, who've kind of been following, their goodness was reported in Mississippi at several different homecomings. There were shootings. In total, I believe it was over 20 people injured. Over 9 people, I believe, was unalive. And y'all, I'm still saying that we need to have some serious conversations. And the reason we need to have some serious conversations is I'm starting to question everything. I really want to know, like, are y'all ready to come to the table yet and have a conversation? That's what I really want to know. Are y'all ready to sit down, everybody? Black, caramel macchiato, my cream team, my hazelnut, my Irish cream, baby, whatever your flavor, whatever you want to call yourself, are you ready to come sit down and have a conversation about these kids? Because, baby, this ain't a black thing. This ain't a white thing. Baby, there's a problem going on with our children, and it needs to be addressed. We just watched the videos of these kids out here talking about a final death date that they put out. We just watched that. Right now we have a young man shooting up celebrations at different locations, allegedly could be possibly coordinated between them all. And y'all don't think we need to come sit down and have a conversation? If this ain't happening over here, we got our young cream team sons wanting to unalive the politicians or the school. First of all, has anyone stopped to think, when we had our children and we was laying in the hospital and they wheeled them children into the other room in order to give them vaccines or whatever they gave them, that maybe, just maybe, they did something to our kids when they had them wheeled into the other room? Because y'all not gonna convince me that all of a sudden at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, that our kids have just flipped their damn wig and they either want to self-delete or they want to you-delete. You cannot convince me of this. Has anybody stopped to think about what they do to our kids when they told us they was willing that baby into the other room to get that baby their vaccine? Or when they was taking the baby in the other room to get them washed up and cleaned up and put them up under the light? What was you really putting them up under the light for? Did you do anything? Did we really inspect our kids when we got them to make sure they didn't put nothing in them that somehow at 23 it would make something snap on the inside of them and now they want to take out the whole family? Nobody's thought about this. Because the fact of the matter is, we need to come to the table and figure out something. We need to figure out something because our children are in trouble. in trouble. So check out this really quick, because I want to get to this Kada update and David. No, not that one.
Chaos as deadly violence unfolded in tiny Leland, Mississippi.
We got to do better. Leland homecoming, man.
Authorities say 6 were killed after a shooting on Main Street following the town's homecoming football game Friday night.
People who were enjoying themselves last night found themselves faced with violence that no community should be faced with.
The victims ranging in age from 18 to 41. Across the state, another deadly shooting.
We have a medical call at Heidelberg High School. Going to be multiple people shot.
This one at a high school football game in the small town of Heidelberg, where officials say 2 people died. Mississippi's governor says one of the victims was pregnant. Police today arresting an 18-year-old suspect. And in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, a third shooting outside of a local football game there last night. Authorities there arresting 2 individuals. While back in Leland, the search for the gunman continues, city leaders asking for help.
This is not a time to keep your mouth closed. It's a time you open your mouth. You can save a lot of lives if you open your mouth and tell us what you have seen.
The mayor working to heal a community in pain and on edge.
Please pray for Leland, Mississippi. Pray for your city, and let's pray for this country.
Jay Gray joins me now from Leland. And Jay, what do we know about the investigation tonight and the other victims there?
Yeah, and Savannah, let's start with that investigation. Within the last hour, we've seen crews up and inspecting what is the town's only surveillance camera here. It was trained directly where this happened, so it could provide some necessary video for this investigation as it continues. As for the other victims, we know at least 10 others were transported from this scene to area hospitals.
That's right.
It's people all over that day. They had them motherfucking.
Pull back and move over there out the way. You need to go park in front of the gym.
Kids can't even enjoy a game anymore. You remember when we was younger, the one thing that we couldn't wait for was homecoming, was the pep rallies right before big games. Now it's bad enough kids can't be safe inside the school in the class. Now they can't even be safe having fun playing a game anymore. Because you got a generation of kids with no coping skills. They don't understand no. They don't understand wait. Do you know why? Because us as parents failed to teach majority of them that. No, because we felt like little boo-boo kitty and little Princeton and them was too good for discipline. So don't say nothing to my child. You can have whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. See, a lot of that is this generation who never knew what it was to be disciplined. Because we didn't teach it to them. Some of us parents got to take responsibility for this. Because we didn't pay attention to the signs that our children was going dark. That they was battling demons that we knew nothing about. Because we didn't take the time out to pay attention to our kids. So now we got a generation of kids losing their life left and right. Do you not realize that our next generation is just about becoming an endangered species? Once a generation is gone, baby, it's gone. It don't come back. Who's going to be the leaders when our 21, 22, 23-year-olds are all gone? We don't think about the life that's lost. We don't think about those that are attached. Who's going to feel it? We don't think about the weight and the pressure that's put on those who are left behind with the memories of those who are gone, because in an instant, we don't know how to handle no or rejection, or we don't know how to cope. We were never taught how to build, so all we know how to do is tear down. We're broken, so all we want to do is break. Come on now. Can y'all imagine a police officer?
Better. We got to do better. You know what I'm saying? An event like homecoming, it's supposed to be safe and a good event. But we shouldn't end up here. We shouldn't end up here. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, these are the ones that make it. I just left Leland. It's like 7 bodies laid out there on the ground that didn't make it. Girls and kids, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's senseless, man. If you were standing next to somebody and you seen something, man, or you seen somebody who's doing that shooting, man, report that shit, man. Report that shit. Somebody's gone. Somebody not here. Somebody not getting breakfast in the morning. Somebody not waking up to their kids. You know what I'm saying? So if you standing there next to somebody and you saw them shooting, and you could just describe them. You ain't gotta, man, do it anonymously, man. We gotta protect our own, man. We gotta say something. Fuck that no stitching shit. You got to say something. That's all I got to say.
Can you imagine how the people feel that's there? People are gonna have nightmares, PTSD. Some of them probably gonna need to see therapists and ain't got no money to see one. So they probably gonna come on social media to talk to y'all to get it off their chest, because they don't have family and friends or nobody to vent to. The fact that they just went through something traumatic, and every time they close their eyes, all they can see is bodies dropping around them and blood everywhere, even covering them. But some of y'all don't care, because we've been desensitized by all this music out here, and all the music do is talk about shoot 'em up, bang, bang, slide, switch, slide, switch, slide. That we've become desensitized to death until death is in our fate. Fire Blaze, welcome in. Hold on, let me get your comment up here. I found life back pre-2004. The internet was not the main society. Man, listen. Listen, before the internet, you mean when kids would actually get up on Saturday and sit in front of the TV with a big bowl of cereal and watch cartoons all day while parents was able to get work done? That what you talking about? You talking about when kids was able to go outside and be outside playing hopscotch and playing cans and what was the double dutch? How about that? Or Miss Mary Mac, all dressed in black. Y'all remember that? You mean when we was outside having fun and we could be outside in front of the house, we could walk to the corner store because at the corner store was the penny candy. At the corner store was the snow cones. So we could walk to the corner store. And if we wanted to go to the park, we could walk around the corner to the neighborhood park because in the middle of the summer, see, they had something called a wave pool. And all the kids was able to get in the wave pool, which was nothing but water splashing out onto the ground and just a little puddle for you to splash and run around in. But we ain't worried about getting, kidnapped. Matter of fact, the neighborhood looked out for you and made sure you was okay. And they was able to tell your parent where you went and the route you took to get there. You talking about that time? You absolutely right. Yeah. Rang the doorbell for friends. You're talking about the time when boys would ask to speak to daddy or mama before they asked a girl out on a date. Matter of fact, you talking about a time when dudes used to ask a girl out on a date. An actual date. Not a date that necessarily ended in sexual activity, but a real date. A date, what date was supposed to be. For you to go out, get to know him, you get to know her, y'all sitting down eating maybe a movie, go shoot some darts, play some pool, paint the town red. You talking about that time? That what you talking about, Fire Blaze? Yeah, that was definitely a different time. Random friends would come over and your parents wouldn't even know their name, but fed them. You better talk about it. You better talk about it. When you was in church, if you went to a church household, you talking about during the time when you heard church music or old school music turn on after your cartoon time, you knew it was time to get a brush, a mop, and a broom because some cleaning was about to take place. Is that the time you talking about? You talking about a time where I wish you would talk back to mama, because this ain't a conversation. It was a command and an instruction. And unless you want to pick the rest of your teeth that you trying not to lose up off the floor, then maybe you should do what mama instructed you to do the first time and not make her repeat herself. Not like these miniature demon seeds that run around today that feel like they have the mysteries of the world figured out and you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them nothing. You can't help them out with nothing. You the enemy when it comes to everything, simply because you mama. So they don't have nobody else to make enemies, so it's definitely gonna be you. They not gonna do nothing you tell them to do. Nothing at all, because they grown and they gotta make their mistakes and they gotta figure it out. This is the generation of I'm gonna do it my way, but I need you to fix it when it don't go my way. This that generation. Niecy said, I'm nervous. I'm trembling, wait for you to walk here. What if my mama came home early to catch us doing what we are doing? Listen. This was back in the day where you had to hide and be nasty. You had to hide. See, this was back in the day where girls, if you wanted to try to dress a little raunchy at school, you had to put it in your book bag and sneak it to school. Change at school. And before you left school, change into something else. But you better had on the clothes that you had on when you left home, when you came back in the house. See, this was that time. Yeah, it was a different time. It's a different time. I don't know what the hell happened, but it was a different time. Different time. But y'all, what I want to get into, because we have 2 more stories. We might not fully get into Kada, but I may give Kada her own spot tomorrow, because I'm going to try to go live again tomorrow. Y'all know I am out of town. I am not at home, so I'm not in my studio space. So if y'all hear me say I'm going to go live and y'all don't see me go live, excuse me. It's not because I stood y'all up. It's just, ooh, excuse me. Oh, that was so unladylike. Where did the burp come from water? It's not that I don't want to go live or I'm trying to stand y'all up. It's that I'm not in a place where I can go live when there's other things going on. My grandson's birthday was yesterday. He made, it was on the 18th. He made 9 years old. So whole week it's been kids and boys. Lord, I ain't never been so happy before for 4 young men to go home before in my life. This new generation of kid is different. Y'all, I tried to put on a movie for them to watch. Y'all, they couldn't stay off their phones. I told them, I said, put them doggone phones down. Y'all can survive without them phones for 10 seconds. We are watching a movie. How did y'all ask to put on a movie and you got the movie on, but you on your phone? Your breath, I promise you, will continue to pump in and out your body with your phone put down. I guarantee you, you are going to continue to exist without that phone in your hand. You know what they told me, y'all? Do you know what they told me? I would go absolutely insane. First of all, y'all are 8 and 9. You ain't even grasped sanity yet. Talking about you gonna go insane. Learn what sanity is first. You ain't been here long enough to identify or had your sanity tested to know whether or not you would go insane. Talking about something going insane. Y'all, they couldn't handle it. They couldn't have handled the AOL days. Y'all remember that? With the dial-up that made all the noise and you had to sneak and try to turn it down when you was trying to sneak on it in the middle of the night when your parent was asleep. You know, when you got on the internet, you couldn't use the house phone. So your parents would cuss you out if they missed phone calls because you was on the internet all day. Yeah, it was a different time. Different time. But y'all, let's get into these Celeste updates and dates. So y'all, I was looking and it looks like the homeowner of the house that David was renting. And again, I don't understand how these people get all this money and then spend it renting a house. It is the craziest thing I have ever seen in my life. Why would you pay $20,000 a month in rent? And who told you that was a smart idea? That is sickening to me. But I digress. Let's continue. The homeowner hired his own private investigator because they weren't getting information on what was going on in the house or any of that information, which I really think was smart on the homeowner's behalf, because now your house tied up in this big case. Y'all, I keep telling y'all, these are either the dumbest criminals ever, or this is literally the perfect crime. Like, it's one or the other. Because for every they did it that you put out there, it's been about 10, 15 more, maybe knots that's been thrown out there as well. This is all sickening. So just to give you a brief recap, we're talking about this young man here. This young man's name is David. I'm telling you, I'm still trying to figure out what the VD stands for because he spells his name D4VD. David for what? What does VD stand for? Then we have this young lady here. This is the young lady whose body was found in the frunk of his Tesla. Now, one of our confidants did come in and share with us. Now, I hope she's a confidant. She might just be a visitor in the city, which is fine too, but had shared with us that the frunk in a Tesla is actually refrigerated. There's a black. Shut your mouth, fire blaze. Hold on 1 second. There we go. 1633 Rail Drive. Okay, hold on 1 second.
End of the night, but the tales roll on. Henny mixed together, a bar strong. In the Hennessy zone, where the legends are drawn. Stay tuned, raise your glass.
I'm still here, y'all. I'm just pulling up the maps. Okay, so it's 1366 Varel Drive.
Sip something strong, Henny Mays in the zone. True crime tales, getting chills in the bones. Empowerment vibes, breaking chains off the throne in the Hennessy zone, where the mind's never long.
All right, let me show y'all this. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull this up.
Pop the cork, pour the truth in the glass. Through the dark tales, forever will last. Empowerment, fly high, touch in the skies. Henny Me's the army with fire and eyes. Pop the cork, pour the truth in the glass. Through the dark tales, forever will last. Inspiration and power, never coming last. Henny Me's in the zone, let's celebrate the past. Chill with Henny Me's, nights full of thrill.
You 1 second, y'all.
Empowerment vibes, climbing every hill in the Hennessy zone. We keep it too real.
So now y'all remember when we had looked at this before, we noticed that it was all blurred out. Now, okay, she said zoom in. Give me a second. I'm going back to it. Okay. Oh, you're talking about right here. What is that? What is that? Do y'all see it? And it won't let me blow it up anymore. Can y'all see this? Right here. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna do this. Let me do this. This is gonna let me blow it up some. So if you didn't know, what is this? What is this in this pool? That looks like a head. It looks like an arm. That looks like legs. Whatever it looks very bloated. Whose house is this? Okay, let me scroll back because Fire been talking to me. Hold on. No one reported it. But if you go on, okay. Or pull up the same address, nothing in the pool. Only street view the same on both, but map different on ours. All things said are for entertainment purposes only. Thank you, Nisi. And we did play our disclaimer in the beginning. If you go to Celeste's house in the Lake Elsinore, there's a body shaped image at the side of her house. Well, dang, nabbit. What's her address? Fire. Okay. Right. What is in that pool? It's 2025, so I think she was hid there, then moved. That would make sense. And let me tell you why it would make sense. Fire, thank you for coming. Fire, do you have the Discord link? If you don't, it's in the description. I would love for you to drop some of those links in the Discord for when we do our next show. And I think we're gonna look at David some more and Kada. And the reason because so the PI recently came out that has been hired, and he spoke to both News Nation and also spoke with Law and Crime. And I want us to listen to what he had to say regarding what they found. And absolutely, Nisi, allegedly, this is our opinion. In my opinion, this looks like someone laying in this pool. Hold on one second. Let me do this, because I'm going to crop it for a little bit more for you, just in case. For those who might not be able to see, you know, my group of people are a little bit older, so you know it might be a little harder for us to see. So y'all see this, whatever this is that looks bloated in this waterway? I've blown it up as much as I can. I don't know, does that look like someone in there for you guys? Thank you, Fire. And an email is absolutely fine. No problem. Absolutely. Breaking no one has. At all. But you know, it really takes me back to, and it makes me really wonder, why did they blur out his address? Like, what were they trying to keep the people from seeing? The only reason why, In a case like this, I would think a person would blur out an address is you would want something not to be seen, or there might be something that was shown that you don't want to pop up, so you blurring it all out so no one else has the opportunity to see it. Maybe the police have seen it, but you don't want anybody else to. Or this is a major cover up. Again, I'm saying these are either the world's dumbest criminals or this is like the perfect crime, because this is crazy. But I want us to check out first. Type in Celeste Baby Essentials LA. Put that in Google Fire or in Reddit. And I'm going to look it up while you guys are watching this video. Check this out. Let me pull this down really quick.
Here is a story that I'll bet you haven't forgotten. Somebody put a dead or soon-to-be-dead teenage runaway in the trunk of her boyfriend's Tesla and ditched that Tesla on an upscale street in the Hollywood Hills. And weeks later, that Tesla, with the rotting corpse inside, was ticketed and towed away. That somebody may or may not have had a hand in the runaway's death, but my money is on yes. And more than a month after this mystery first hit the headlines with the discovery of the decomposing body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the name of that somebody is as unknown to us officially as ever. But apparently not to everybody. The identity of the person who abandoned that Tesla, a filthy luxury car owned by the singer David, with David's 14-year-old girlfriend dead inside, is now known to investigators. And tonight, we're learning that both the car and driver were captured on surveillance video the last time that car was apparently driven by anyone. Even better, we've learned the driver was visible enough in that footage to be identified later on. LA police are not talking about this or anything else. In the Celeste death investigation, the bombshell video was unearthed by the private investigator hired by the owner of the house where David lived up until a couple of weeks after Celeste was found dead in his car. And that's not the only piece of evidence that the PI unearthed. That investigator's name is Steve Fisher, and he joins me now live. Steve, welcome back to the program. How certain are you that this video of the car driving away from David's mansion is the last time it drove and ended up at the spot where it was abandoned, likely with that body inside? I'm certain. Listen, I can't say 100% because there's not a camera trained on that Tesla once it's parked. It continuously that I've seen. I mean, there likely is a camera, but I've seen the car driven to that spot, and with the dates, the date that it was, they left town right after that. I'm certain that that's the last time the car was driven. It was put there with her, in the front row. And there's one weird detail about what you could, well, there's a lot of weird details, and I'm going to get to what you saw through the driver's side window in a second, but there was an air freshener that was found in the car at this point that we see on our screen, where it was abandoned. Was that air freshener also hanging from the rearview mirror when it drove off from David's house? It wasn't, but the window was half to 3/4 of the way down, which is odd because it was a very short drive, and also at that on that day, this is the very end of July 29th, it was like 78 degrees at that time in the morning, or 77 degrees, and if it was on the street where the house is, so it's shaded by the house, so if you're going there, I don't know why the window would be rolled down unless there's something, offensive there. And then all of a sudden, one of the first things I picked up on when the news first broke about the her being found in there where they were towing the car away from the impound to LAPD was, why on a $104,000 car is there a Christmas tree air freshener hanging from the mirror? It seemed kind of odd to me, but I guess maybe they thought that would help, mask it for when they had to move the car again. If there was that smell at that time, because again, we have no idea when Celeste started decomposing in that trunk. We don't know if she'd been decomposing in the trunk for a long time before it ended up being, the car ended up being abandoned. But talk to me about the date of this video, July 29th, and talk to me about what you saw. What did you see in terms of the identity of the person driving through that open window? So it's very clearly that Tesla one, because the Tesla has that tape, but on this rear spoiler, for whatever reason, I don't know why it's there. And also, it was just like it is in that picture. It was that dirty, except you could tell that they had run the windshield wiper like once to clear the dirt away so they could see. And it comes very close to the camera, although there is some motion blur, but you can see the person and you can see what they're wearing something pretty distinctive. And there's photos that I have from 12 hours earlier, a person at the house wearing the same thing. And I know that the viewers right now are screaming at the TV set saying, Ashley, ask him who it was. I wish I could. I honestly wish I could tell you I don't want to. I don't want to interfere with LAPD on that. And I think that's coming because we know a crime was committed 100%. Somebody concealed her body, and hey, maybe the reason I don't want to say the person's name is because maybe this person was just someone that was asked to move the car, and I find that very hard to believe, and I doubt that's the case. But just in case, I'd rather LAPD make that announcement. Well, and it's important for us to tell viewers as well that you turned all this material over to them. You're the one who found it. You're the one who took it to them. You're the one who said, and I connected it to the photos from just 12 hours earlier. And here's the clothing. It looks like this could be an ID. July 29th, important because that was the last day that David was in Los Angeles, right? But before he went off on his tour. So he was there in Los Angeles on that day that drive happened. Yeah, I've seen on his public social medias, he had put a video out where it was the first day on their new tour bus because they were going to San Francisco for the first night of the concert series, and they did a video from inside the tour bus. So I believe hours after that car was moved, they actually got on the tour bus and headed to San Fran. Let me ask you this, and I only have a couple seconds left, but you found some other suspicious things. The landlord, as you know, that we obviously know now, allowed you into the house, and you saw some things in there that were very uncomfortable and very suspicious. I know you can't say certain things, but what can you tell us about what you saw inside the house? Well, and this is the landlord. I found it also, but there were some things in there that were hard to think about because these would be items that would be used if you wanted to get rid of a body, and there's really no other purpose for them at a house like this or anything, and they're expensive items, and so they weren't jokes, but they weren't used. I'll tell you that they were still in the box. So I don't know how much we'll find out about that in the future because you can't charge somebody for they came out doing something. But it's interesting how you play. But it's important to know because first thing I said when I alerted that was that, well, can't be possible because the LAPD raided the place and took everything. But you know for a fact that they photographed those things and they're huge and heavy and expensive. And so they have ample information and photographic evidence of those things. They said that we inquired about this and they said that they photographed it. I don't know why they didn't take it. There's 2 items. I don't know why they didn't take them, but they said they photographed them. Steve Fisher, I gotta cut it there, but I gotta have you back. That's just a lot of information and a lot of reporting, and I just can't believe there hasn't been some movement on this case. Thank you so much for bringing that to us. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Charmy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and...
So, and I have another one for us to listen to, but we'll probably get into it tomorrow because it's about 20 minutes. Long, and I don't want to keep y'all up too late. I know it is Sunday. Some of y'all got to go to work in the morning. But one of the things that he was saying is that he noticed, now he didn't go into details on what he found, but they found, I guess it would be information or something to make them think there was a plan to dispose of her body. And whatever the plan was to dispose of her body, it was absolutely grotesque. Now, one of the things that I did hear him state was the fact of the air freshener put in the car. We did notice that the car is absolutely filthy. As I explained to y'all before, I do not believe she was unalived in the house. I believe that girl was unalive wherever that car went off-road at. They need to be following camera footage to find out if they was able to find, according to the PI, who drove the car and dropped the car off. Who parked the car when it got towed. If the PI was able to see that, they're able to track cameras to find out where that car went off road and why that car is so filthy. Because I believe that girl has always been in the trunk of that car. The front, which we learned in Teslas is air conditioned. Because you remember when we were having the conversation about this baby girl, and I told y'all, I said, I know everybody is saying they think this potentially happened during the time where he had the break in his performances. And I said, no, we're talking about a young girl, 14, 15 year. Y'all, I just told y'all that my grandson had a party and the kids was telling me if they, without their phone, they gonna go insane. A 14, 15-year-old that's used to having a social media presence goes silent does not happen unless there's a problem. So my mind has always been stuck around that end of July frame. So we're going to listen to this investigator on tomorrow with the interview he did with Law and Crime, who are excellent. Shout out to them. Shout out to News Nation. First of all, why did News Nation say it like that with the corpse? That is so insensitive. Like some of these media take out, output, drop out, play. Just why are we so? She was a person. No matter how you found her, no matter what was done to her body, no matter what condition she was found in, she was still a person. A decomposing corpse, a rotting corpse, corpse, really? That's how you talk about a minor child who's lost her life to potentially a predator? Several, because we don't know who all is involved in this. Come on, y'all. You gotta do better. Because to me, that was sick. But we're going to listen to the PI talk about more what he saw. He's not going to give the name of the individual who was driving the car because he doesn't want to impede on police investigation. But come on now, y'all. And from what he said, there's doorbell footage everywhere. Everywhere. In the area this house was, there was no way not to catch what was going on. And he said there was another car, I think a red Tesla, that was still in the garage. So we're definitely going to get into it tomorrow. Let me see what y'all are saying in the comments. Oh, fire. Let me screenshot this. I need these coordinates. Hold on. And what I want to do. Read that. Okay. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to try to put these coordinates in. And y'all know how you can have some stuff you be like, yeah, I'm good in this area. I'm good in this area. Baby, when it come to maps and directions and all of that, that is not my MO. That was not the gift that God gave to me. Sweetie, I will Uber to the corner store if I could. What do you mean a direction? A north, south, east, west. Please tell me left or right, up or down, front or back. Anything else gonna have you searching for me.
Off the throne in the Hennessy zone where the mind's never long. From wearing chains to breaking chains, we rise. True crime stories cutting through lies. Empowerment fly high, touch in the skies. Enemies the army with fire and eyes. Pop the cork, pour the truth in the glass. Through the dark tales, forever will last. Empowerment fly high, touch in the skies. Enemies the army with fire and eyes. Pop the cork, pour the truth in the glass. Through the dark tales, forever will last. Inspiration and power never come last. Enemies in the zone.
All right, now this is the parking lot that you just showed me. I just got it pulled up here. Me- Stretch this back out. Y'all, in OBS, I gotta build all this stuff out. It's not just share and go. These things gotta be built. Every little addition. Okay, now this is the parking lot. In Lakeland Village, California. Echo Highland Point Home. Who lives here? What? But I'm trying to see. That's this is our houses, so I don't know. Like I said, this case. But from what the PI said, they planned. Whoever was involved, and he believes whoever drove the car was involved in her unaliving. Doesn't believe it was accidental. He believes it was an on purpose unaliving. Let me see. These are just random. Right. Put that in Google Earth. Okay. Try Google Earth. You did say that before. On Google Earth.
True stories, hard truths we spill. Empowerment vibes, climbing every hill in the Hennessy zone. We keep it too real. From the shadows, shine bright, we maneuver. Crime tales, survivors, no loser. Empowerment flows, you the doer. True crime is strength, we ain't no rumor. End of the night, but the tales roll on. Henny mates together, a bond strong. In the Hennessy zone, where the legends are drawn. Stay tuned, raise your glass.
Type in Earth. Oh, Earth. Almost make you feel like you're really going to space, don't it? Okay. Search Earth. Let's type in these coordinates. Taught me something, because I promise you I don't know how to use it. Okay, now here it just show like a plot of land. Was this a plot of land? What is this area? Wait, this was supposed to be the store that we just looked at. What is this little hole that looked like in the middle of the field? Let's cool. I'll show you what the earth looked like without the houses. Is that what it is? What's this right here? This little. What is this little? I don't know what this black blob is, but this little bluish grayish area right here. What is this? See, now you're gonna make me play with Google Earth and look up some stuff. Compare this to parking lot. Where the looking store is. Nothing found where she walked. But I know she smokes. I think his crew all hit it. They had to. Another thing that the PI was saying, he kind of echoed what I said, that maybe David asked him to, get rid of it. Keep, driving around the body. And he was like, hey, y'all, nah, that ain't gonna work. And he just parked the vehicle and left it. Because how else do you explain it? The PI also said he feels like whatever happened right before David went on tour. So not while he was on tour, but before he went on. And that maybe her body has been in this car the whole time, allegedly. Because again, a camera would have caught anything resembling a body being carried out of the house. I know he set an alarm in July in a video before some streamer had a party, so I know it works. I know she smoked. There. 3 girls, just copy paste that coordinate. That's what I do. I know. Yeah, I'm just reading through the comments. I am. I'm gonna figure it out tomorrow, I promise. Because now I want to look them up side by side to see what the comparison is. Now there's a complex error. Go to the street view. I think. Got you. Okay. Yeah, this case is interesting to me. What is this? What is this red? What is this red? Why would there be like a random orangish, reddish line here? What is this? I'm just moving around in the area. And then it would be important too to find out how often these update. That would be something to look into too. But y'all listen. Dang it, I made it over to 1 o'clock. I was trying not to make it over 1 o'clock. But listen, y'all, we are going to definitely jump on here again tomorrow night to continue with this. We had a full show on today. We talked about the Baddies USA. Please look for an updated video on Baddies USA that will be coming out. I had some confidants and supporters talked me into covering Baddies because they said, some of the people our age watch Zeus Network too. So I wanted to make sure, the wild side of the Champagne City was able to enjoy their debauchery as well. So we will be discussing reality TV in a segment that I call the reality trap. For those of you who trying to figure out how I run my show, generally my headliners are saved for last. So if you are really trying to catch the headliner show like a David or a Kada, you're going to catch those at the end. I always kind of give a warm-up show that kind of warms you up. So right now we're in October. That's why you get the Fizz Fest, where you might have some Fizz Fest funnies or some mysterious stories or whatever that you'll listen to. Those will generally start early, and it's just to kind of, because YouTube algorithm be playing with my lives and my videos all the time. As much as I put into these videos, these lives, and the creation value, everything that y'all see is created by me. I know somebody, I'm tired of her saying that. She say it all the time. I can gloat on me. Hell, ain't nobody else doing it. I can blow me up. Give me some credit. But they do not push it into the algorithm at all. None of my videos. I think the most views I've ever had on a video might have been back when I was doing Baddies, and I think I had a video that did almost 3,000 views on the video. But outside of that, YouTube does not push my videos in the algorithm. Y'all, we too positive over here. It's too much positivity. We not toxic enough. So please make sure you do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we jump into whichever sector we jump into for another show. Got it. Good night, Fire. Thank you for joining. Y'all so amazing. Niecy B, thank you for coming in. Progressive One, Father Lock, who may have had to dip off to work. Everyone who was watching in the background, every like, every view, please hype up the video. We are trying to get to 1K. So please come on in and join us. Let me see, is there anything else I need to cover before we get out of here? But you're always going to have a pre-show. It's going to start early to kind of put us in the algorithm, so that give you guys time to get the notification that we're starting. And then we go into our show generally about 11 o'clock. So if you see me start at 10 or 10:30, that's really a prequel show. Main show doesn't start till 11 o'clock. So, Demetrius, yes, thank you for popping in. Demetrius, everybody who came in, thank you so much for joining us. Champagne Gang, if there's nothing else, always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, baby, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink till we meet again. Ta-ta.
When I told her what I did, she gave me champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret. Champagne. Ooh. Champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret. Ooh, champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret.